Hello everybody, today is Thursday, May 28th, 2020. I'm on Roosevelt Island today. The temperature is 72 degrees Fahrenheit, 22 Celsius. The time is 6:16 p.m. Beautiful view of the East River in Astoria. That's the Costco wholesale, which has a long line to get in, but I don't think you can see the line from here. Maybe you can. No, I just see the cars. It's too grainy to make out anything. But let's continue this walk of Roosevelt Island. I'm almost all the way to the Lighthouse Park. How's everyone today? I-360, I'm happy to see everyone too. Yo, who's noticed me? Wow, my goodness. I'd only started this stream a minute ago and already someone noticed me. Wow. That was not scripted, by the way. I did not meet up with him beforehand. Larry Whitler with $9.99. Thank you so much, Larry. Appreciate it. Big empty lot here. Sido says I should take the Roosevelt Island tram to Roosevelt Island. I have some videos of that already, including one in the snowstorm, which is really magical. I don't think it will make for a good live video though. Elias Vlogs with $1.99. Thank you so much, man. The reason why I don't think the tram's a good live video from here is because I'll need to go all the way to Manhattan and then take the tram back, kind of out of the way for me. And it's not as good quality as the ones I already recorded. But I did do some lives coming over by the tram. Anyway, I just entered Lighthouse Park because there's a lighthouse at the end here. It is a functioning lighthouse. They use it to guide all the ships. And Roosevelt Island, I think it used to be called Belmont Island, and then it was Welfare Island. Lighthouse Park, shared public space. What happened yesterday? Well, I already made a clip of what happened yesterday. You could watch that video and also my response at the bottom, but I had a very unpleasant experience yesterday in Midtown Manhattan. Burn Coastland with €5. Thank you so much, Burn. Appreciate it. Lamb Brian with $20, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. I always like this lawn over here. There's a lot of green space here on Roosevelt Island. Sometimes I see the geese here and pigeons coming out on the lawn, but no geese today. Yeah, this is a very beautiful place. I know a lot of people mentioned to me to go to Roosevelt Island live, and here I am. Priya Manson saying, glad I'm back doing live streams after yesterday. I mean, it was my plan to go do live streams anyway. Hey. All right. I'm not gonna let one bad incident stop me from going to live stream. I mean, there's always going to be crazy people in the world, or people who you don't get along with, or other stuff. That's just the nature of it. But I handled the situation the best way I could at the moment, because I didn't know this person, and you know, when he threatened my personal space, that's when I felt uncomfortable, and I did what I needed to do. Dog waste station. Look at this. They're supposed to have plastic bags here for the dog walkers and people that come in get it, but it's empty. Yeah, I don't want to harp on too much about what happened yesterday. If you want to discuss it, then you can leave comments in the video below in the comment section. Right now, I'm here enjoying Roosevelt Island. I already handled the situation, and that's that. But I am safe, and I'm back to doing live streams like normal. Yeah, this lighthouse, very nice. It's been here since 1972. Thank you, Lynette Borders, with $2. Appreciate it. Wayne TC with $7. Thank you, man, Wayne. For about a year, this whole lighthouse area was closed off for renovations, and it looked very bad at that point. I didn't think this section would ever reopen, but now it is. What's the function of this lighthouse? Well, you can see it's lit up already. There aren't too many islands in between Manhattan and Queens. This is the only major island after Governor's Island in the New York area coming up. So they need this lighthouse to guide all the ships. And right there across the river is Manhattan. And I'm looking at the FDR Drive as well as the Upper East Side neighborhood. Love Bug with $5. You're the best. Keep doing what you love. We all enjoy your lives. Stay safe. Yes. Thank you, Love Bug. Appreciate it. The name of this river is the East River. It runs all the way from New York Harbor all the way up to the Long Island Sound. I think it starts becoming the Long Island Sound after it gets to about the Whitestone area of Queens. But don't be deceived by this river, though. It can be very treacherous at times. The currents are very strong, and they get even stronger when you get closer to the Hellgate Bridge and Robert F. Kennedy Bridge. Thank you, Elijah Yuan, for the $2. Rhonda Harrison saying, was that a fake video of you running away from that guy yesterday? No, it was not fake, and it was not scripted. I'm going on the record to say that. There's many people in the comment section from before. I was reading through it. They thought it was scripted. No way. That's not scripted at all. And there's even people saying I was anti-Semitic. I mean, I never said anything negative about Jewish people on the stream or in my personal life. So I don't even understand where people got that from. Look at all these trees here. Jody McLaury with 10 pounds. Love your videos. Hope you're doing well and stay safe. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Mac P with $2. Thank you, Mac. Were the rats scripted? Yeah, if you thought it was scripted because I planted rats at the subway entrance, then you have to be like really like planned out, because that's like literally impossible odds that there'll be rats there at the end. So I haven't let out a good scream like that in a long time. Judith Hinton with $15. Thank you, Judith. Appreciate it. I mean, there were even some people saying that I was crying at the end, but I was never crying. They can't even get their facts straight. I have it all on video. I never cried during that whole incident. I just let out a good scream. This side of Roosevelt Island is always very nice. I like it because you see the Manhattan skyline right here. Me saying the size of those rats were insane. Oh yes. And it was worse because I was already out of breath and scared, that seeing those rats just made it even worse. But it was actually a very funny incident seeing the rats now that I look back on it, because I actually replay that part of me encountering the rats like so many times, because it was just kind of funny. Normally I don't get scared by rats even if like they go by that close, but I was like, ah! Thank you, Harry Maine, for $5, man. Thank you. Thank you, BNL Jamarian with $3. Awesome. Meyer Kamar saying, am I going to pay the MTA back for jumping the turnstile? I already did when I pushed the rotating turnstile the other way. You can watch one of those videos where I mentioned the flaws of the high entrance exit turnstile, where you push it the other way and it eats your fare. So I already paid my fare, believe me. They owe me one. It is getting a little dark. It's a little overcast, but it's still fine. This is a beautiful place to walk around. It'll be even nicer. It was a little sunny out and they had some of the cherry blossom trees bloomed. Right now it's past cherry blossom season, but all the way towards the end by the bridge here, you can see a lot of cherry blossoms, especially different colors, white ones, pink ones, even some red ones. How deep is the East River? I don't know. I mean, I would think it's pretty deep because I see some decent sized ships over here traveling on it. Also over here is a location called the Octagon. It might have been like a mental institution at one point, but now it is apartment buildings and apartment complexes. Daniel Hagi saying, "What if you see your stalker again?" I mean, I just have to deal with each situation appropriately. If anyone violates my personal space, then I have to deal with it appropriately. That's all. Doesn't matter who it is. Judith Hinton, how's it going? Saying, "Hey, Eyeglass Lady." I didn't even know Eyeglass Lady was here. I-360 with 250 Canadian. Please say New York in your best New York accent. Okay, we got this. New York. I'm a New Yorker. I mean, stream sniping does happen to everybody who does live streaming. But it wasn't right what he did to just come and meet me like that, and it was not appreciated. Kids here cycling on the path. I never noticed this statue before over here. And it looks like it might have been a different shade of color. This might have been the original color. Unless that's part of the statue, I doubt it. The name of the statue is called Sabrina. So anybody's name is Sabrina, this is a beautiful statue. Somebody spray painted. Yeah, it kind of looked like a way different shade than the rest of the body and the rest of the artwork, so kind of makes sense. Does Roosevelt Island have any decent food or other attractions? I still haven't been here. Roosevelt Island has a lot of food places on Main Street, right where the bridge is. Not this bridge, the Roosevelt Island Bridge. But I know there's a supermarket there, a few pizzerias, there's a deli there. I mean, I'm not sure how it is now with coronavirus, if all of them are open. What I always like about Roosevelt Island is its architecture. There's a lot of old architecture here. Look at this stone house. You really never see these in like Queens or Brooklyn unless you go out further. Love Bug, $5. I love how you show us different places. Feels like I know New York through your eyes. I especially enjoy how you take everything in. You truly love nature. Thank you so much, Love Bug. And New York Walking Show, thank you for the $2.99. Be safe. Thank you. Got some picnic tables here. Right now I can't go to the museums because they're all closed. I think it will be that way for a while. I think there are some tentative like time frame schedules to reopen the city by the middle of June, but we'll see what happens until then. Vignesh, yes, the Statue of Liberty is closed. In fact, on their website, Statue Cruises, you can buy tickets starting June 1st for the Statue of Liberty, but I don't think they're doing boat rides over there for a while, so I don't understand why they're still selling tickets even though, there's no guarantee. And I explore Louisiana with $4.99. Thank you. This is a really, really cool place. It looks like a ship's bow over here. And it's all over here. Very cool. Yeah, it does feel like the Titanic. I just need to do one of these now in the Titanic bow. This will be kind of fun. Let's do this. All right. I think many of you know where that reference is from. No, it's not a Titanic memorial. And another angle. I know, if you didn't know, you can really make this and look like you're having a moment on a boat here. It really looks like a boat. Dwayne saying my maternal grandfather came on the ship that towed the Titanic 2 years after it sank. Wow, what a story. My goodness. Grandfather came to New York City from Poland in 1914. He was only 17 years old. Can you imagine that, folks? Coming to the United States and you're only 17 years old? Probably even more daunting if you're the only one around. Yeah, I do hear a lot of sirens. It's all over there, the Upper East Side. There could be traffic that the police can't get past. I see the lights over there. Maybe it's a double parked car. Iron Pool wants to know if we can see Gracie Mansion. I could have seen it better if I was at the Lighthouse Park over there. But I doubt I can see it from here. I can see the 102nd Street footbridge though. And this is the Carl Schurz Park. and the John Finlay Walk. But no, I can't see Gracie Mansion from here. Eddie's saying it's almost 7 p.m. Yeah, if I'm on Roosevelt Island at that time, maybe we can hear some claps across the river. That'll be really interesting. I might as well stay for the claps. I don't see any reason why I would end the stream before then. Life saying, are we going to the abandoned hospital? We'll see about that. It is a little bit of a walk to get over there, but we'll see. Here's some interesting artwork. I forgot the name of the artist, but this artist also designed the artwork in the 14th Street subway station on the AC and E trains. But I think both of them are related because these both have to do with money. You can see here there's a house with an icon with a money on his head, money bag on his head. And then there's another one here with a coin. United States, 1 cent. Walk, ride, fly. Yes, it's the same artist that designed the artwork. Maybe it is the same one in Union Square. Bill Sites for $10. Stay safe. Felt bad for you. I'm safe now, man, but thank you for your concern. I appreciate it. Yeah, the police are stuck in traffic, folks. Look how slowly they're moving. Looks like traffic's returned to New York City. Oh, I said I forgot who the artist is. Here's the plaque. The Marriage of Money and Real Estate by Tom Otterness in 1996. Money and Real Estate. Building that overhangs the FDR. There's a few. I know there's a university. I'm not sure which one this is. Maybe I can zoom in on the name and make it out. Huh. That one I can't tell. Here's another artwork over here. This one kind of looks like Humpty Dumpty a little bit. Edward McMahon is saying that one is Sloan Kettering. Okay, this one's Sloan Kettering. No, wait, I was pointing at the wrong one. It looks similar from here. This one's Sloan Kettering. EFAS asking if you're allowed to fly a drone down here. Well, the drone laws in New York City are very strict. I know you can only take off from an approved airspace, and there's not too many of them in New York City. Got the ferry going past Roosevelt Island. and NYPD police boat here. David, this is the East River, not the Hudson River where the plane landed. I was there yesterday. Aaron Phipps, Roosevelt Island is part of Manhattan. There's a lot of places that are part of Manhattan that you don't think are part of Manhattan. So some of the noticeable examples are Governor's Island. That's part of the borough of Manhattan. Ellis Island. There's also Sputin Dival. No, not Sputin Dival. Marble Hill. That's part of Manhattan, even though it's not connected to the island. And there's also a few islands in the East River, like small islands, that are part of Manhattan. You know, a lot of people think that Roosevelt Island is part of Queens, and it's funny you mention that because the only way to get from Queens, the only way you can get from a landmass is through Queens. That's the only way to get a car onto this island, is through the bridge from Queens. James Richardson is saying, what's better, Midtown Manhattan or Dumbo? Well, that depends on your scenario. Personally, I would prefer Dumbo because I just love to see that view of Manhattan every day. If you live in Midtown, it's kind of hard to see a skyline of Manhattan when you're living right in it. I really love skylines and seeing lights. Walk, ride, fly. The view from Hoboken or Newport is much better. Yeah, I think it's a different perspective. Over there, you can see much more of the west side and things like Hudson Yards very easily. But over there, I feel like the waterfront is a little more polished. Jess Tay with $10. Thank you, Jess. Thank you very much. This is actually a nice place to ride a bicycle. You're allowed to ride a bicycle along this waterfront path as well. DN saying there are many islands that are part of the city, maybe 12. Yeah, I don't know the exact number of islands, but there used to be like many more islands in New York, but many of them were filled in by landfill. Some were created, some are connected to land now, so they're not really even considered islands. I was on an island on Monday during Memorial Day, except it's not an island anymore, and that was Coney Island. The only reference that it was an island is its name. The bridge up ahead is the Ed Koch Queensboro Bridge. It was created in the early 1900s, right after the, I think it's the 1898 consolidation of New York City. Sergi Pool of €5. Thank you for showing New York. Never been there, but great to visit also this way. Greetings from Estonia. Take care. You're very welcome. Appreciate it. Eddie Yolo, what's my favorite bridge in New York? That would have to be the Brooklyn Bridge, because it's the first bridge and also, in my view, the most iconic, because it connected two cities together. Back then, there was no New York City 5 boroughs. There was the city of Brooklyn and the city of New York. Another boat making its way up the river. You can also get great views from the Brooklyn Bridge. I mean, how can you not love it with that Gothic architecture and amazing history? But in terms of practicality though, the Triborough Bridge is the most practical because it connects 3 boroughs together. And I'm really showing my New York side of me because officially its name is not called the Triborough, it's called the RFK Bridge. The only thing is, it's expensive to drive over, and the fare to cross the Triborough or the RFK Bridge is $9.50. That's one way. You have to pay it going in and coming back. Lara O'Connor with $9.99. Aloha for the great walks, giving everyone a sense of travel. You're very welcome, Lara. I'm glad you love these walks. Loaf was saying, and the MTA is broke. What a joke. You know, it's funny. I was reading a little bit of history on the Triborough Bridge. The Triborough Bridge was created during the Great Depression era, during the New Deal. And when it was created, there was a lot of controversy with that because they needed to borrow funds in order to make the bridge. But after it was built, it brought in so much excess revenue for Robert Moses. He was the chief architect and engineering for New York City and paved the infrastructure of New York, that he used all that money from the Triborough Bridge to fund all his projects. And now I guess people have wisened up and realized they don't need to take that bridge anymore. So I gotta address some super chats now. 550 from Project Arjun. This is for riding on public transportation. Stay safe and thank you for great content. Thank you. Appreciate it. And John Tyree, new subscriber from Wisconsin here. Binge Action Kid videos yesterday. This is my first live. Hey, welcome to my first live, John. Glad you can make it. People here riding their bikes. This person seems like he's having a little bit of a challenging time balancing. You know, I think going back to the Triborough Bridge, the RFK Bridge, it's confusing for people who are not familiar with New York City, because when you mention Kennedy, it could either mean Kennedy Airport or it can mean the Kennedy Bridge, which is the RFK Bridge, and the airport is JFK. So you can really confuse someone if you're saying, hey, I'm going to Kennedy. You gotta make sure that you specify if it's the airport or the bridge. Denver Sky, $1.15. Thank you, Denver Sky. Appreciate it. John's going saying people don't call it Kennedy, they just call it JFK. Believe it or not, I have heard some people call it Kennedy before. Not as much anymore because I guess after the bridge was renamed, they don't want to confuse people. Show the old area of Old Rockaway Playland. Huh, I may have to make it down there one time. Rasmussen asking if I'm a professional tour guide. Well, I have my tour guide license, but I haven't given any official tours yet. Right now, with the city still on pause mode and tourism not being in demand right now, I don't think being in the tour guiding business is a good idea for now. Alexander with RUB 99.99. Thank you so much, Alexander. Seems like the water is getting rougher now. Oh, it's almost 7 o'clock, folks. I wasn't even watching the time. But let's wait for this. Let's go down to the water here. What do you think? Will we hear some clapping here and cheering? Seven p.m. folks. Let's listen. I hear some noises, people. I hear whistling. You gotta listen very carefully. All right, I'm gonna get going now. Maybe I heard it better than all of you because it doesn't have to go through a microphone and through the internet. But I definitely heard it, and it was very faint. But it's amazing that I'm still able to hear something from across the river. That's how you can test your hearing. If you have good hearing, you can hear it. If you have bad hearing, maybe you need to try a little bit harder. I don't know. But I don't want to offend people with bad hearing. But you can definitely hear something. I remember doing those hearing tests. I haven't done one in a while, but they're pretty fun. Well, we got some sirens across the street. I mean, across the street, across the river. Wow. It sounds to me like that's part of the 7 p.m. not responding to something, because they're all putting on different sirens. Sounds more like a DJ. Thank you, Anton Mock. We're 420. Thank you, Action K. Wishing you good health. All right, man. I'll stay healthy for you. Central Blue Diamonds. I love New York City and your videos. Thank you. New York City is a great place. You know, I'll end the stream at the foot of the bridge there. I don't want to go all the way down to the southern end. Antonio Costa with Brazilian Real 20. Hello, AK. What do you think is the best month or season to visit New York City when COVID is gone, of course? Greetings from Brazil. Okay, well, my personal preference is the fall or the autumn. Of course, it's going to depend on you if you like to come here during that time, but I think most people come during Christmas time and during the winter, like holiday season, because they want to see all the lights and the action, as well as New Year's. That's the busiest time to come. And there's also the summertime, which is popular with people too. So if you go out here, you go right out to Main Street on Roosevelt Island. Maybe I will go to Main Street. I'll exit at the next left and I'll walk down Main Street just to change it up a little bit. I won't walk all the way by the water the whole time, even though it's beautiful and tempting. Oh look, remember in the beginning I was saying there was no doggy bags in that station? Well, this one they have doggy bags. So there's no excuse to pick up after your pet. You can't say, hey, I don't have any plastic bags on me. I don't want to pick up after my dog. Well, now you're kind of like socially pressured to because of that dispensing station. I think it works well. Safe place saying hate my videos. Well, I can't have everyone loving my videos, right? That's what makes the world great. I'm gonna have haters and I'm gonna have people who like me. That's just how the world works. Here's an interesting traffic like pattern. Here you have traffic going up. They have the stop sign, and then they can go either straight or to the right. And then the traffic over here, you need to make a left. So it's kind of like a little bit confusing for the people going down, because if it's like dark out, then you may think that you can come down here if it wasn't for the do not enter sign. One fact about Roosevelt Island is that there is a free bus that goes to all the major parts of the island. They're the red buses owned by the RIOC, and that's the acronyms for Roosevelt Island Operating Corporation. They operate the tram system and also the public bus system here. Are the red lanes in the city for the buses? Usually they are. They'll have the red lanes and then they'll have paint on them saying bus only, or they'll have it in reverse saying only bus. Getting a little bit windy now. Now over the years, Roosevelt Island, it used to be a very big area for people on low income and people with special needs, but lately Roosevelt Island was rezoned. So as a result of that, there's been huge developments here, big apartment buildings, tall ones, and it's brought in a very different kind of demographic to the island. There's only one subway that comes down here, and that's the F train. State, you did miss the clapping. You're 11 minutes too late. I'm walking right against it. You know, it's getting kind of mysterious out. Right now it's getting foggy on the other side. I'm gonna zoom in here, but maybe you can make out some of the fog. It's like really scenic. Kind of reminds me a little bit of San Francisco a little bit, because by the Golden Gate Bridge, the bay, it always gets foggy there. Doesn't get as foggy in New York City, but we do have some kind of those special moments. There was one time I was riding my bicycle over the Brooklyn Bridge when it was foggy, and it was probably one of the most mysterious things I've ever experienced in New York City, because you can barely see like a few feet bridge with the wooden planks, and hearing all the clanking and seeing this mysterious like pathway in front of you. It's really something. Sometimes the weather brings out really different, styles and things you didn't know about before living in your own city. Yeah, Shadow is saying there doesn't seem to be a lot of people outside. There usually aren't too many people on Roosevelt Island anyway. It's more of a residential area. The one time it did get crowded over here, and I didn't even think it was that crowded, was during last year's Cherry Blossom Festival. And I have it on my channel somewhere. I re-uploaded it. But it took such a long time to get off that island because all the transportation options were bottlenecked. And I got 20 bucks from Angela S. saying, "I could not believe how you handled that horrible guy, and then the rats. You're very patient and tactful." Yes, the rats was a really, really crazy, scary moment. But I'm glad I handled the situation the way I did, because that's what most normal people would do. And that's that. Over the years saying, "Why is my mask down?" There's no one around me, so I don't need it to be up right now. I only need it to be up if, like, I can't maintain distance from someone. When it was raining out, I didn't even wear a mask. Here's the public bus that I was telling you about. The Roosevelt Island Operating Corporation bus. It just makes a loop around the island. And it's free. You just get on it and it takes you where you need to go. And then you have the tramway entrance, which is over here. Oh, look at that. The tram is just leaving. I always have like great timing for these things. Look at this. Let me see if I could hurry up. Maybe I can get a great view of the fog with the tram coming. Oh, that's a great view over there. Wow. So mysterious. Oh no, the tram isn't free. It's $2.75, and you need to pay via Metro card. But it is included in the unlimited Metro card options, whether it's the 7-day card or the 30-day card. I did say I was going to end the stream at the bridge, but I might as well show you the ferry terminal, because there's 3 ways public transportation you can get here. There's bus, which is the Q102 bus. That one comes from Long Island City through Queens and into the island. There's also the F train subway, which comes from the Upper East Side or Long Island City. And then the third option is that tram, which goes to East Midtown. Oh yeah, and the ferry too. The ferry leads to Astoria, and I think the next stop on the ferry is Long Island City. Hey Shannon, how's it going? Nice of you to join in. Oh, I took the bus to get here. that bus, it runs very infrequently at times. It's a very different view of the bridge when you're underneath here. I'm gonna move over to the right here because there's a car coming. Yeah, Amy, the tram is pretty fun, especially if you haven't taken it before. You get one of the best views of Manhattan. Only for $2.75. Yeah, the ferries are also $2.75 as well. I actually think I passed the ferry terminal. I knew it was next to the bridge, but I think I'm on the wrong side, so I need to walk back. So I'll go over this way. The reception's dropping. Yeah, unfortunately it is, I guess, because of all the interference with the bridges and all the metal. Yeah, I knew it was right by the bridge, but I was on the wrong side.
What do you like better? The one that's good one, or bite the work?
Bob Richard with $20.99 Canadian. Thank you so much, man. So nice of you. Scott, you don't like blind alleys? Well, there aren't too many people here. I kind of got a sense of who's around here when I first came around.
We're telling me about a wall by a cemetery.
Roosevelt Island only has 4 restaurants. Really? It always felt like it was more. I'm gonna end the stream over here, folks, with the ferry terminal. Oh, no wonder why I missed it. Look how like dark it is over here. Kind of looks like it blended in with all of this. All right. So I was on the wrong side. I'm gonna end the stream over here. I'll show you the ferry terminal as well. Maybe I'll even take the ferry back. But that's the bus I came on, the 102, so I gotta see which one's better. Hey, how's it going? Whoa. Oh my goodness, folks. How much of a coincidence is that? I encountered a view at the beginning of the stream, not even 2 minutes in, and at the end. Not scripted, by the way. So, folks, 18 minutes for the next boat to Astoria and 36 minutes for the next boat to Wall Street. Anyway, I'm gonna go over here, end it with a view of the bridge. Kyle 30061 with 999 pounds. Love your work. Keep up the good work from UK. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Love my videos. Okay, everyone. I'm going to end it here with this beautiful view of the Ed Koch Queensboro Bridge. We also call it the 59th Street Bridge here. But if you like this stream, be sure to smash that like button down below. Subscribe for some more adventures. And I'll see you next time. Herbert Daughtry at 499, Celebrity on the Island Action Kid. Thank you, man. Have a good day, night, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And stay safe all. Take care.